Hello everybody, it's me, Martinez-Bateman. I am recording this video literally a day after you saw my last video. I went to a new stationery store, partially just to try it out. I've been meaning to, and today is like a free day, but also just because I've been like feeling really sad and scared and nervous, and some things that help me put the world in order is stationery and pens and things like that. And I've been meaning to check out Eryngium. They're in Vancouver, Washington. They're just across a river from me here in Portland, Oregon. And our stationery stores have been shrinking here in the Pacific Northwest for the last several years. And when I was back in LA, I did like a tour of stationery stores with my friend, and I just like didn't find anything remotely close to what we have here with Oblation and now Eryngium. They're both very like warm, cozy, friendly, packed stores. Eryngium has stuff that Oblation doesn't have. Oblation has stuff that Eryngium doesn't have. I'm so happy that we have two wonderful stationery stores pardon me, within driving distance. But yeah, so let's go through what I got. I got this notebook. It's from Budapest, and the owner was there. She told me that she has been writing on these notebooks from Budapest for years. I told her all about my struggles with Hobonichi and the Tomoe River paper and not finding what I'm looking for. I also told her that I'm really loving the Clairefontaine paper in the Rhodia Go book, and she suggested I check out this paper from Budapest. So we're gonna do a pen test on that later. And then the other thing I got that was in that bag, I've seen stuff like this. I've seen stuff like this before. It's a card, and apparently you can bury it. So I'm going to cut the back off and bury it. But I don't know, it just spoke to the moment, you know, that I just felt like we were in. So, and it was just such a good like wood block kind of print, and I liked it a lot. And so I'm going to cut this part off and frame it and hang it in my office. So that's that. Let's see what else is in this bag. Oh, I got this. I'm really excited about this because I saw someone at Oblation was writing with J.R. Bain Cocoa, or this one, Ecre Brune, and it just looked like such a good shading ink, and it had such rich tones. And then apparently they have a version that smells like coffee, and they had that at Eryngium, and I was like, oh my god, I need it. So I got this. I'm very excited about that. And then I have been wondering about this pen for months. Like ever since I first saw it, probably early this summer, I have been wondering about the Tom Studio pen. And this was the display model. So, let's see, lift to reveal. Lift to reveal what? I guess what's in the box. What else is in the box? It doesn't come with like a nib or anything, or it doesn't come with the nib that isn't the nib it has, which is a felt tip nib, which is a very good nib. In fact, let's use that as our first test. Tom's. What's this called? Wren. This is the Wren. I really love how small it is and how it posts basically to create the back of the pen. I also just love this, this nib. It's like so bouncy. It's not like, I don't feel like it's not too mushy. It's nice and stiff. You know what it reminds me of? Those, if you were obsessed with the Sharpie Ultra Fine, remember that nib? It reminds me of that nib. And what it is it's, this thing is filled with ink. And it goes into the nib. Here is what I don't know. Here's the thing that this is a mystery that we're gonna solve. I saw a picture of this pen with a fountain pen nib. I got the Tom Studio Titanium Flex, which I've heard good things about. And I saw this nib on this pen in a picture on the Tom Studio website. So I am like, does it go on there? Or was I looking at a different pen? Like what's the mystery, right? So I'm gonna undo this Titanium Flex. And honestly, if this doesn't go on there, it's fine. I could just get a different pen. I think it goes on, what are they called? I have one, Osprey. I think it goes on Osprey pens. So let's see, this and this look totally different, right? They do. So could I just stick this on here? No, because here, I'm just gonna put that there. This doesn't go on this at all. Yeah, okay. I knew the risks. I was aware. How do I get you back on? No, don't get on this thing. I don't want to get like, oh wait, no, it has a plastic thing. Okay. I'll stick this back in and stick this back in. Boop. And stick this back in this. Okay, well, we learned a lesson today. This nib does not go on this pen. It might, let me see. I've been told that it will go on an Osprey pen. And I have an Osprey pen right here. So let's cap this back up. And let's open my Osprey pen. Oh my, that's very juicy inside. Nope. So I'll have to do more research to figure out what to put this on. Oh, I need, thank you, tissues. I also need to like clean and refill all my pens. We're in a little, you saw it last week. We're in a little bit of a situation. You can tell I'm really fucked up when my pens start getting neglected. But yeah, so I really want to try this. I will figure out where it goes to, and I'll keep you posted on that. I am not upset about that purchase at all. It didn't work out. I knew it might not. That is fine. I'm happy. I'm happy to have a Tom Studio pen now. I don't know if, I think I can buy other nibs to put in here. Make sure that's all seated. All right, now to the main event. This test. All right, let's, yeah, okay. That's perfect. And then since the Osprey is out, might as well use it. It's one of my juicier pens, as you saw. And this is an Architect grind. Okay. Let me boop, 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 boop. Use this fat Sharpie. I'm certain this is going to go through. It's not, she's not meant for this. And then let's do a brush. Honestly, the only reason I wish I was better at writing cursive is for my pen tests. They just don't look the same. Sharpie Creative. I'm really throwing the big guns at this guy first. Here's the thinner Sharpie Creative. All right, let's do a little bit of, oh, dang it. Well, no, I have water again. Prefontaine. Let's do some Falcon. So far, I mean, this is performing really well. Like, I'm not seeing any spidering here. This is, wow, this is good. Let's do my little fat boy. And this is like a juicy pen. All right, let's get some big guns in here. Let's get the Faber-Castell. She almost always like what's it called? Shadows and spiders. I had to think about how to spell Faber-Castell for a second. Lamy 2000, she's another juicy one. I can bring in the Quaco Student, although Student is not that juicy. She just has a really beautiful ink that makes me very happy and looks great on this paper. Wow. That's awesome. And then, let's see. Let's try the Fude. This is the one I desperately need to clean. But she lays down ink really thickly. I'm getting ink on my hands. That's okay. I think that's fine. I like having ink on my hands. All right. Pardon me. Does this guy have any ink in it? Parker. Oh, my new Benu, which we figured out was extremely juicy. And it's already leaking. Again. Look at that. And it's this is the J. Herbane Emerald. I don't know if it's called emerald, but it's like an emerald color. Very rich. I like that. All right. I mean, I think I've like thrown all of my juiciest babies at it. Oh, here's my calligraphy nib. This is the Pilot Metro. I think this has Mont Blanc crocodile in it. I'm not entirely sure. Here's another Schaefer. How do they spell it? Oh no, this is a Parker Lord. Airplane. Okay, then the next thing is to get the very last bit of water out of here and see how it responds to paint. So I want to get my watercolor, travel watercolor kit, because this is what I would be using it for, this travel. Let me get, oh, I've got some sticky wickets. I need to paint with these colors more. Because they're too sticky and they stick to the ceiling. Or not the ceiling, but you know what I mean. All right, let's get some paint on here. And then let's all right. Well, we'll go with that. And then let's get a little bit of gouache just to see what that looks like as well. So we'll do gouache here. How does this perform? So far, I will tell you, last week we were doing the hemlock and oak. This is better than that. This is better performance than what I was getting out of that hemlock and oak paper. And I'll get it out to show you after it's done. But let's, come on, dry. I'm just gonna dab this so I can dry it. All right, let's see what happens. What's on the other side? Oh wait, no, first. Let's actually use some other pens that normal people use. Okay. We've got Uniball. And we've got Pilot G2. And we've got Sharpie S Note. All right, now let's flip it over. Okay, so I said Fat Sharpie was gonna bleed and she did. Looks like the Toms, all of these pens just ghost. The only other thing that really bled is the Parker, my little juicy old vintage Parker, which also spidered a little bit. Let me see, can you all see that? Yeah. And then my Faber-Castell, which I said always bleeds and almost always spiders. But the spidering, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let me get this guy out. The spidering is not nearly as bad as with the hemlock and oak. I don't want to keep harping on this. I know she's a small business. I know if you were using any other pen but like fountain pen on here, it would be great. Hold on, my husband's coming. But if you see, well, the shadowing is worse here, but the bleed is worse here. So, you know, but this is thinner paper. This is much thinner. This is probably an 80 and this is a 120. So, my take on these notebooks from Budapest, they're called Bomo Art, is that for the money, this was $10. For the money, this is incredible. I would recommend this to any fountain pen user, any watercolor user. I don't think you're gonna want to do a ton of watercolor work in here, but for how much I paid for this, I'm impressed. I feel I like this a lot. Yeah, not that much spidering. There is more spidering here. Like, I think this is a great product. I think this is a beautiful product. Look at how beautiful it is. It's so well laid out. The graphic design is amazing. The colors are fabulous. The layout is perfect. The size is great. The paper feels beautiful. This Archer and Oak. But as a fountain pen user, it is not an ideal product for a fountain pen user. It's not an ideal product for someone who likes to paint in their journal. And honestly, I'm the outlier. I'm the weird one for needing a higher performance. So I would recommend this Archer and Oak. It's on the damn front page. Hemlock and Oak. I'm so sorry. Hemlock and Oak. I would recommend this Hemlock and Oak planner to anyone who is not a fountain pen user. I think it will be a lovely planner for that person. Or for anyone who is a fountain pen user but doesn't mind a little bit of spidering and bleed. So, those are my reviews. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. This is Editing Marina. I just realized I put together that entire video. I did the captions and everything. I forgot to say, the owner of Eryngium gave me that notebook from Budapest, the $10 notebook. She gave me the notebook for free. Not in exchange for a review. Not in exchange for a video. I asked her for permission to review the product, and she said yes. But she gave me that notebook in exchange for my Instagramming her my detailed notes on the paper performance based on my experience as a Hobonichi user and based on all of the search and research I've been doing this year about papers for fountain pens specifically. So, while technically she did not give me that product for free for review, I still feel it's close enough that I need to point that out. That is not why I gave it a good review, though.